Hello, thanks for joining me today. I'm the Badger Reborn, and I'm going to talk about the Amazon Wheel of Time TV show and why it will be terrible. Or why it won't be terrible. Before I get started, I wanted to thank my new patrons who are helping me improve the channel and continue to make great Wheel of Time content. If you'd like to join them, you can click the link in the description below the video. This video will be spoiler-free for the whole series, so you can watch even if you haven't read the first book. But after you finish this video, go read the first book. So let me jump right into it. The TV show is being created by Amazon and helmed by showrunner Rafe Judkins. Rafe's background includes being a contestant on Survivor, which he didn't even win. He also wrote 9 episodes of the show Chuck, co-produced 13 episodes of the show Hemlock Grove, and last year he wrote a short film. Rafe also produced 43 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. over a 2-year period. I would like to point out that Chuck is my favorite TV show, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been on TV for a long time, which is a great accomplishment for a TV show. IMDb lists no writing or producing awards for Rafe, and he's never been in charge of anything on the magnitude of the Wheel of Time TV show, which has a giant budget and is starting from square one. The diversity of projects in Rafe's background makes him a great candidate for this role. Just as important, he shows very obviously when he's interacting with fans that he has a real passion for the Wheel of Time books and story. He understands our concerns, such as characters being cut, and he's going to stay true to what Robert Jordan wrote as much as possible. Moving on to the main characters, Rand, Matt, Perrin, Egwene, and Nynaeve, none of those actors have a whole lot of experience, definitely nothing on the level of this type of TV show, with a huge budget and a huge fan base that comes along with it. They all have a little bit of experience acting, but definitely nothing on this level. Most realistic fan castings for the show had young actors who were relatively unknown for the main roles, which is something that shows like Game of Thrones did to great effect. This allows the young actors to grow with the show and ensures that they will still look the right age at the end. Though the main 5 may mostly be unknown, the actors playing Moiraine and Logain, 2 very important characters, are well established. Rosamund Pike, who's Moiraine, starred in Gone Girl, Radioactive, and Jack Reacher, showing a wide range of talent, and she's been nominated for 82, yes, you heard that right, 82 acting awards throughout her career, winning many of them. Alvaro Morte, the Logain actor, was on a highly successful Netflix show Money Heist, and has been nominated for 9 acting awards himself. He's extremely popular internationally, as is the actor playing Lan, Daniel Henney. In a recent interview on the Dusty Wheel YouTube channel, Brandon Sanderson, who finished the last Wheel of Time books, and is a consultant on the show as well, said that Rafe has made changes from the books. One change in particular didn't sit well with Brandon. He messaged Rafe about it, but Rafe is keeping it. Brandon described the change as something that would be divisive to fans of the books, and seemed to imply that it would make him uncomfortable letting his children watch Wheel of Time. As every Wheel of Time book fan knew, there would be changes for a Wheel of Time TV show. Despite his connection to the books and massive contributions to the story, Brandon is not Robert Jordan, and he may dislike something that you or I like. Plus, it's important to keep in mind that whatever happens in the show, it doesn't change the books in any way, and it doesn't have to change your love of the books either. They'll probably put a lot of nudity and sex into the show, like Game of Thrones did. Wheel of Time is a moderate book that doesn't sell itself with sex, but Rafe will probably throw a lot of that into the show, and Amazon will probably force a lot of diversity and gender politics into the show, as they've already done by hiring actors who are a variety of races and skin colors, and saying Moiraine would have a large role. Moiraine does have a large role in the beginning, and there's a lot of evidence that the Emond's Fielders in the books are described more dark-skinned than they are white. Rand, who's explicitly described as paler than most Two Rivers people, is being played by a very white guy. As for diversity, there's a ton of that in the books. The world is full of different types of people, and the unique cultures are one of the best parts of the Wheel of Time. Wheel of Time has stronger female characters and more strong female characters than almost any books of its time, and it holds up even today. The show will be able to stand up against other current popular shows as a show that has not only strong, rich male characters, but strong, rich female characters, who worked very hard for the power that they have. In fact, in the book, the women often work harder than the men and have less assistance. When it comes to nudity and sex, there's plenty of that in the books too. It's true that Robert Jordan did not describe it very graphically at all, but that doesn't mean it isn't there. The show might have more of that than some of you would like, but that's something that helped Game of Thrones and The Witcher be successful. I hope they keep the Two Rivers characters as innocent as they were at the beginning of the books, but if a change there can make the TV show a lot more successful, I'm looking at you, Red Eagle, then that's a change I'm willing to make. I'll gladly accept that. Well, what if they give Perrin a wife? Well, all in all, there's a lot of reasons to be really excited for this show, and very few to worry about. It's got a huge budget, a skilled showrunner, producers, and writers, a mix of award-winning and fresh-faced talented actors, and a bunch of fan support. I can't wait. Before I get into reading some of the great comments from my previous videos, I wanted to remind you to give this video a thumbs up, and consider joining the Patreon, and please share this video with other people. I'd love for new people to be introduced to the Wheel of Time, and I'd love for some book fans who might be a little skeptical about the show to watch this video and maybe get some food for thought. These comments and my answers will have full spoilers for the series, so you've been warned. In the top 10 Watt Villains video, Delusions of Graendal said, "While I don't agree with anyone ranking above my girl," Graendal, of course, "I appreciate your arguments for the non-channelers ranking in the top 3. A little surprised to see that Ishii Morden wasn't in your top 10, but it's actually refreshing to see him left out for a change. Other people mentioned Ishamael and Morden as well, but they just really don't excite me. Ishamael is a little generic and gets beaten by Rand like he's Galad and Gawain fighting Matt, and Morden's just a little bit boring." Glenn the Geeky Hippie mentioned Demon Dread as a possible inclusion to the top 10 villains list. He's one that I went back and forth on. While he is a fantastic villain during the last battle, and he provides some of the best scenes of the book with his duels and fight at the end before his death, he was really only a character in one book, and so ultimately I left him off, but I really do have him around the 11 or 12 range. In my last video about Season 1, Josh said, "I'm hoping they can capture the horror that I felt when Egwene was captured, and the horror and confusion she feels as a Damane. It seems like her experience as a Damane is foundational to who she becomes. I'm also really hoping that they nail it with the insect masks." And I totally agree with you, Josh. This is such a crucial part of Egwene's development as a character, and has to be both horrific and lengthy enough that we really understand why it shapes the way that she views power, people trying to control her, and the Shan-Chan in general. And yeah, the Shan-Chan costume design could be amazing. Haplo Zeteric said, "If Demon Dread is Taim in the show, we also lose either Lan versus Demon Dread or Egwene versus Taim. Losing either of those is not acceptable." And again, you nailed it. Losing either of those scenes, which are both monumental, would be heartbreaking. I really hope those characters stay separated, which makes both more interesting, and feel like it makes them make more sense anyway. Finally, Daniel Lobo said that he's surprised that I didn't include Min on the top 10 villains list. And well, Daniel, I'm working on writing a video explaining why Min was secretly a dark friend, so just stay tuned. That's all I have for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe below for more Watt content. Don't forget to attend some JordanCon online events this weekend. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.